Alright, NBA fans, the Jonathan Kuminga trade watch is intensifying. If the Golden State Warriors decide they need to move their talented restricted free agent, it looks like a prominent Eastern Conference team might be ready to make a deal. We're talking about the Miami Heat. Miami Heat, a prime landing spot for Kuminga. Multiple reports are now pointing towards Jonathan Kuminga as a serious alternative option for Miami Heat, especially if they strike out on their bigger superstar targets like Kevin Durant. Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype dropped a report on June 16 stating that the Heat could look to acquire Kuminga via sign-and-trade if their primary plans fall through. Scotto mentioned, and get this, the Chicago Bulls and Miami Heat are two teams to monitor as potential sign-and-trade suitors for Kuminga, league sources told Hoops Hype. Interestingly, he also added, with that in mind, the Warriors also haven't ruled out the possibility of retaining Kuminga. Sources said, so all options are still on the table for Golden State. NBA insiders Mark Stein and Jake Fisher then followed up on this. They wrote in the Stein Line newsletter, perhaps Miami, for example, would make a sign-trade play for Kuminga should the Heat fall short in the chase to acquire the league's 8th all-time leading scorer, Kevin Durant. Sources say Miami has registered some previous interest in Kuminga in past transaction cycles. So, this isn't a brand new interest for Miami. It seems the Heat's main focus is still on landing a genuine superstar, especially after losing Jimmy Butler. Ironically, to these very same Golden State Warriors at the trade deadline, Scotto clarified Miami's pecking order. Miami has prioritized targeting Giannis Antetokounmpo if it becomes available this summer, and Kevin Durant, whom they're actively trying to acquire, on their wish list over Kuminga, who's viewed as an alternative option to the two superstars. Kuminga wants more. Warriors want wins now. So, why would Kuminga be on the move? Well, as Scotto noted, Kuminga, the former 7th overall pick in 2021, is seeking an expanded and consistent role moving forward. This is where it gets tricky with the Warriors. Head coach Steve Kerr has often compared the 22-year-old Kuminga to a younger version of Jimmy Butler, an athletic wing who attacks the paint and gets to the free throw line. But here's the rub. Their perceived weakness as shooters has made Kerr hesitant to play them together extensively since acquiring Butler. Kerr has been pretty blunt about the team's current win-now mandate. He told Tim Kawakami on the TK show back on May 21st, I'm being asked to win, and right now he's not a guy who I can say, I'm going to play 38 minutes with the roster we have, Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green, and piece the puzzle together that way and expect to win. However, Kuminga showed exactly what he's capable of when given the opportunity. In those last 4 games of their second-round playoff loss, the 22-year-old averaged an incredible 24.3 points on 55.4% shooting from the field and a very respectable 38.9% from three-point range. Those might just be his last games in a Warriors uniform. The Andrew Wiggins factor in Miami's youth movement. If Kuminga does go Miami, how would that work? Well, Kuminga fits perfectly into the Heat's young core timeline, alongside players like Bam Adebayo, 27, Tyler Herro, 25, Jamie Jaquez Jr., 24, Nikola Jovic, 22, and Kelly Ware, 21. He could really grow with that group. And here's a fascinating twist. The Heat could potentially send Andrew Wiggins back to the Warriors as part of Kuminga's sign-in trade. Wiggins, of course, had a key role in the Warriors' 2022 championship run, but reportedly never quite settled in Miami. This could be a way for Miami to facilitate the deal and for the Warriors to get a known veteran commodity in return. Though Wiggins' fit back with Golden State will be another storyline altogether. Kuminga focused amidst the noise. As Kuminga heads into this crucial offseason, he seems to be blocking out the external noise. He's reportedly limited who can comment on his Instagram account, where he's been posting photos of himself working out. He's clearly focused on his game, looking for that bigger, more consistent role, wherever that may be. So, what do you think? Is Miami the most likely destination for Kuminga? If he's traded, with Kuminga for Wiggins, plus pieces, swap makes sense for both teams. And what about the Chicago Bulls as a dark horse? This is a huge offseason for Kuminga and the Warriors. Let us know your predictions in the comments.